that were in the plains around the area of the Dead Sea. And they list, in their language, the names of Sodom and Gomorrah. They evidently did exist. And this comes outside of the biblical narrative, and this was only recently discovered, like in the 1970s, the 1980s, and has been further developed. There have been many archaeological discoveries within the region. Why is that important? Because now Bible scholars say, well, of course, now this is all literal. This all literally happened, exactly as it says. Okay? So I think it's important to start off with to know that these cities actually existed. Now, the question still becomes is, what was the sin of Sodom and Gomorrah? What caused God to destroy them? Okay? Now, this has been used over and over again to describe, is because the men of the city were all homosexuals and that they wanted to have sex with these angels in disguise. That was the sin of Sodom and Gomorrah. Well, you could say that. You could also say any one of the list of items that are in your handout. There is an actual list of all the sins that are attributed to the sins of Sodom and Gomorrah. All of those are what caused the city to be destroyed. Homosexuality was just one of a plethora of other vices that caused this destruction of the city by God. It's also important to know that this story doesn't begin in Genesis 19. It actually begins in Genesis 18. Verses 16 through 33, it is here that God, in the form of a man or an angel, appears to Abraham, the patriarch, and has him look over the cities in the plains and says he's going to destroy them because of their wickedness. And there's a whole dialogue between Abraham and God on, well, are you going to destroy all the cities if there's only 50 righteous people in them? No, I won't destroy it if there's only 50. Well, what if there's only 45? All right, I won't. Well, how about 40? He whittles them down all the way to 10 people. Now, some have speculated, well, if Abraham kept going, he would have never destroyed the cities. But Abraham stopped at 10. Then the stories pick up at this point with the angels walking into Sodom. And then it goes into this scene where the men pounding at the door wanting to have sex with them. The NIV translation says, bring them out that we may have sex with them. The actual Hebrew uses the word that is translated in King James as to know. Bring them out that we may know them. It's the same word that's used in Genesis 6 that describes how Adam knew his wife and he conceived and brought forth Cain. Okay? We talk about, know you in the biblical way. Okay, that's where that phrase came from. It refers to a sexual contact of some sort. Okay? Well, you say, well, there it is. I mean, do we need to go any further? Wait. Before we jump off into that conclusion, let's again look at what's happening here. These men are pounding at the door. They're demanding that they be brought out so that they could have sex with him. Now, is this the same kind of same-sex love affair that you see walking hand in hand down West Hollywood? No. Is this the same kind of same-sexual contact that wants in our society to recognize our marriages as the same as heterosexual marriage? No. What is this? Rape, plain and simple. These men wanted to have their way with them, have sport with them. See how the language will indicate that? This was rape, plain and simple. It has nothing to do with loving same-sex, or in that matter of fact, opposite-sex relationships. The fact that Lot offers his virgin daughters for them to have their way with them seemed to be little concern to these men who were hell-bent on just having their way with them, just using them. Now, why is that? That in of itself is bad. You hear what I'm saying? That's a horrible thing to do. How would you like to walk into a city and the first thing the people want to do is rape you? That's horrible. Why is it extra horrible in this condition? Because, again, as Reverend Pratt pointed out, this is a desert society. This is the cities, and the story as well as it has taken place is a roughly 21 to 2000 BCE. Okay? So the world is a much different place. We're talking about almost 5,000 years ago, 4,000 odd years ago. Much different place. If you were a traveler and you were walking from town to town, you expected, after traveling all this way in a desert environment, no food, no water, no shelter, no shade, if you came to a city like this, you were expected to be taken care of in some form or another. Just as Lot did for the two men that came in there. Gentlemen, come into my house, let me wash you, let me feed you, let me do that. Okay? This is why Lot, in this reporter's opinion, in the New Testament is called a righteous man. Even though he offers his virgin daughters for the Sodomites to, rape, he does what is proper in that culture. And that's what makes him righteous. What does he do? He offers hospitality, as we call it. It's more than just being Emily Post and nice tea and crumpets, over, a lazy afternoon.